Hey, welcome guys to another Ego on Break. I'm your host, Dynamite J. Andrews. Got the Mississippi Madman sitting to my left. Do what?
So trying to get that taste out of my mouth.
Yeah, he just ate some fire wings and
it wasn't fire. I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't think it's sitting very well with him. So
if you run out of car, I know it didn't.
Yeah. So we're going to talk wrestling, get a few things if we can get this camera straight. Our apologies for our technical difficulties, but you know, it happens. So Madman, watch any wrestling lately?
Yeah, MLW and FastLane.
All right, give us a quick rundown on the FastLane. What you got?
I'll tell you what I watched.
Let's get fast in the fast lane.
Yeah, more like slow, but okay. It was Ricochet and Aleister Black, for some reason, are now a tag team.
Okay, makes sense.
Versus Gable and Rude versus the Reunion.
The Revival?
Yeah. Revival.
Revival Reunion.
I like a reunion. I haven't seen them in so long. But Revival retained their belts. It was a tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
You got a lot of makeshift tag teams in there, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, Ricochet and Black and Gable and Rude, like, I don't know. Just seems makeshift.
It's WWE.
Hey, you gotta figure.
A good match, though. Really good match.
Cool.
Then you had a four-way with R-Truth, Andrade versus Ray versus Joe for the U.S. title. Joe wins, retains his belt. Really good match. A lot of high spots.
Very cool. It's cool to see R-Truth back in there. That's
R-Truth had just lost the belt, the U.S. belt, to Joe.
Oh, nice.
So his rematch somehow was a four-way.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you figured that out.
Still a rematch, I guess.
But that was a SmackDown belt because IC belts on Raw.
I got you.
All right, then you had a women's match. The first ever title defense was Banks and Bailey versus Nia and Tamina. Actually, a decent match.
Yeah, very cool.
It was funny that, you know, why is it like the bad guy loses, but they somehow still kick your ass after the match?
You got to get her heat.
Okay, that's what it was. My bad. What was I thinking?
I mean, can't be a bad guy if you don't cheat, right?
But if you cheat, you cheat to win. You don't cheat to win after you didn't win your belt.
Sometimes plans look better on paper than they do actually in the ring.
Yeah,
so.
Anyway. Yeah. Earlier in the night, there was a promo where Vince teased that there would be a three-way in the Bryan Danielson match. And everybody, of course, thinks it's Kofi. Yeah, it would.
All right, what was it originally?
Kevin Owens versus Bryan.
Okay.
But they were going to change it for some reason that night, just, I guess, it's WWE. Yeah. So, and everybody's out there, and first Kevin comes out, then Bryan comes out, so the third guy's a surprise. And it was Mustafa Ali, and the crowd goes silent.
Which was a surprise.
Yeah, pretty much that.
I mean,
nobody wanted to see fake DJZ out there. He literally has DJZ's freaking gimmick.
How does he do?
Without the personality. That is one of the blandest guys I've ever seen in my life. He wrestles his butt off. He's a great athlete.
Yeah.
But personality, he needs to keep that glowing mask on the whole match.
Needs a tag team partner.
And great match. Awesome match. Oh yeah, he'd be a cool, like,
put him with Gable.
I guess. Hell, he'd throw everybody else together. But I mean, awesome. Crazy stuff, diving off the ropes to the floor, to the ground, to the tables, and Kevin Owens is now using the Stone Cold Stunner.
Beautiful.
He
like that. I like that.
But who do you think took the pin?
Mustafa.
There you go. I said that as soon as he walked out the door. I said, well, he's taking the pin.
Yeah, so, not even a question.
Not even. Not even. I like the referee got a better chance of winning than this guy does. Then you have Becky versus Charlotte, and Becky comes out on one crutch, and she supposedly had to sign a waiver where the WWE isn't responsible, and it was god awful because Becky's trying to play like she is crippled beyond belief, yet somehow she's out there in the ring, and I don't really get what they're trying to do. Well, you're the man, but this match was awful. But it's leading to Charlotte versus Becky versus Ronda, unfortunately.
I dig that.
And
I dig that match.
Ronda literally comes down, drops an elbow on Becky, which makes Becky the winner. And she stands in the corner smiling at him because now she's part of the three-way. Yeah.
Because she wanted her in there.
Yeah, supposedly. But
Fighting champion.
there you go. But you got a Gimp and Charlotte and Ronda Rousey.
5 stars.
Yeah,
It's gonna main event Mania.
probably.
It is.
I really
I'm
bet
telling
it
you.
might. It wouldn't
It's
surprise
gonna
me
main
a
event
lick.
Mania. I think it should.
Then you had Shield versus Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley. And it was a decent match. They're all over the place because this is supposedly Ambrose's last match in WWE because he isn't signing back with WWE supposedly.
Come on,
And-
Impact.
Come on, it's probably a work. And everybody's, they believe in it, But it was a good match. I mean, it really was. Who do you think won?
Shield.
There you go. Hard to figure out now, huh?
Well, I mean, last match, got to put him over.
You guys put him over. And Roman come back from cancer.
Yeah. So,
There you go.
all right. So, overall, how do you rate FastLane?
I'd watch it.
Watch it again. You already watched it once.
That's what I'm saying. But if you haven't watched it, watch it.
Yeah, I got you.
Fast forward to Becky Lynch match because that's the worst crap I've ever put my eyes on in quite a while.
Now, were there other matches that you didn't watch, or
There was probably 2 or 3 more I didn't
Okay.
see, but I was just late coming in.
I got you.
And
Yeah, it is what it is.
I didn't want to see him,
Yeah.
so that was
All right,
good.
cool. All right, MLW. I know you wrote the results down.
No, I did
You
not.
did not. He's unprepared.
So, well, hell, I wrote down the damn fast line.
So I know Major League Wrestling. I know Alexander Hammerstone. They did a little spiel on him, kind of putting over, who he is and that kind of thing, and how impressive, and that he's going to be a part of Battle Riot. I forget who he wrestled, but it was like
I was gonna go check on YouTube.
it was like a local guy that was local to the area, I'm pretty sure, and it was just a squash match. I mean, the guy got some stuff in, but it was probably 80-20. So I really dig Hammerstone. I've watched him for a while, and I definitely think MLW can do a lot of big stuff with him.
Shut up.
So I do remember that match. He's over here.
I'm trying to get the matches, buddy.
Why don't you just Google it? But I don't know. I can't remember any of the other matches. I do remember the main event. The main event was AC Baby, Ace Romero.
Yes.
He took on.
And DJZ versus Ace Austin.
Yeah.
That match was awesome.
That was really good. It was Ace Austin got the win. He goes on to Battle Riot. But the main event was Ace Romero and Simon Gotch. Simon Gotch.
He has a new look. I didn't even know it was Simon Gotch.
Yeah, he shaved his mustache off. So the
Yes.
crowd's chanting, "Where's your mustache?" Which
His
is
hair
pretty
was
funny.
even different to an extent.
He has a new group.
Yeah, Contraband or something.
Contra. It's like Contra Code, but without the code.
Yeah.
And he's got, I'm assuming, one of Rakishi's kids, because his last name is Fatu.
Yeah, because remember the week before the other guy was there,
Yeah.
so I guess the family members are coming in.
And then another guy, and I don't remember who he is.
The one that had the beard and had the spike.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And I don't remember his name, so please don't come stab me in the head like you did Ace Romero.
I messed him up, bro.
But overall, MLW was good.
He looked like Hellboy when they got done with him. He's
Yeah.
covered in red.
Right. I was able to check out the last 2 weeks of Ring of Honor television. I don't remember any of the results, but I'll just say it's really good. It was
I don't hear about my damn night.
well, it's built around the Kingdom and Matt Taven being the real world's champion.
Who is a real world champion?
Jay Lethal.
That's what I thought.
Now Matt Taven doesn't have a belt because Jay Lethal laid it over a table and beat it with a baseball bat and then an axe. So the bat wasn't getting the job done. So whoever made that title, good job, because it took a pounding
Wood
from the
versus
baseball
steel.
bat.
Wood usually doesn't win.
But the axe did break it. So they said it's the end of Purple Rain. So which was great. That's what the commentator was saying because it has a purple strap.
That's awesome.
It was very cool. PCO is horrible, but in a good way. I give the guy credit. He's 51 years old and he can barely move, but so his ability to get in there and have really clean matches are not there, but his ability to do stupid stuff is. And there's a lot of stupid stuff. Yeah. 2 members of the Kingdom faced PCO and Marty Scroll. So super cool match there with just crazy spots. And then we got to see Roosh. He took on Vinny Selgla,
Yeah.
the Vinny guy in the Kingdom,
There
and
you go.
it,
Just say Vinny.
yeah, the week before. Like I said, I watched 2 weeks, and that was a really good match. So overall, they're doing really good. They have a new Women's of Honor champion, Mayu. Something. It's this chick from Shine or Shimmer or Stardom or something from Stardom in Japan.
There you go.
So very cool. They're doing a thing with her and Kelly Klein. I'm sure that's going to all end up at WrestleMania weekend. So that's kind of where everything is leading to. But overall, people were kind of worried. Is Ring of Honor going to be able to survive without the Young Bucks and Cody? And honestly, they've gotten better. Because they're really pushing honor again and the code of honor. They're trying to rebuild that. They've got the lifeblood there, and
everybody knows they got to step up or step out.
Right. And the guys are really, really working hard. Guys and girls. I say guys as a universal term. Yeah. So everybody is really, really stepping up and working hard. And kudos to those guys. Also, just a little side note, and I'd like to hear your opinion about this. You got all these big shows happening WrestleMania weekend. Well, independentwrestling.tv or Powerbomb TV, however you know it, they are putting together a family reunion where they're having a match from each one of their kind of affiliates or some of their bigger affiliates. Main eventing that show, two past Ego guys, Jake Parnell and Gary J.
Really?
They are main eventing.
I think I saw a poster on that.
Yeah, I shared
Paul's
it.
Count Anywhere or Last Man Standing.
Something like that. So you want to see some guys beat the crap out of each other and
might get your face ripped off.
Yeah, might get your face ripped off. Go, it's definitely gonna be worth watching that event, if nothing else for the main event. I don't know who else is on the card, but I can guarantee you nobody's gonna work harder than those two guys.
Yeah.
So
I told him his name don't need to be Warhorse; it needs to be Crazy Horse.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that these guys are out there building a name for themselves. It's cool that they came through Ego. Both guys were in the Great Southern 8 in 2 different years. Yep. So super happy, super proud of those guys. And I mean, I'm not going to be like, hey, we had a hand in it because we have nothing.
No,
those guys know everything. But it's just cool to say, they came through Ego.
We still pull them out every once in a while.
Right. So it's really fun when you see guys come through on the way to making a name for themselves, because everybody in wrestling wants to make that name, but here's two guys that are doing it,
Yep.
and in reality it's probably two guys people didn't think would have, but Gary J, he's leader of Catterday or the Cat Brigade or whatever. So you got this guy, this crazy dude that loves cats and energy drinks, and then you got this the second coming of Sabu, this suicidal guy named Jake Parnell.
Yep.
So,
I mean, when you had a guy take a ring,
the
turnbuckle pad, and rip your face with it.
Yeah, and you keep fighting. I mean, that's,
Jake Parnell is the Joker of professional wrestling.
Yeah. Jake Parnell will be legendary at Ego as diving over the top ropes onto John Davis and drop kicking a lady in the head.
Is that a lady? I just know it's drunk.
Yeah, I think she was a drunk lady.
Okay.
But, thankfully she was drunk and was having a blast, so she liked to be a part of the action.
That was awesome. Hit me again.
Yeah, so Jake Parnell is legendary in the Ego locker room. He's also a guy that dove off the balcony at the Hideaway onto Barry, I believe it was Barry Wolf and Monty Warbucks.
Yep.
So, psychos, man.
One time we had the Vikings as a tag team.
Yeah. Gary J probably has one of the hardest chops ever. If you don't believe us, ask
Sugar.
Not Sugar. Dasher Hatfield.
Dasher, yeah.
So, as he has felt that chop and his chest has looked like hamburger meat. So, very cool for that.
Like they owed each other money or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me ask you this. This has popped up on Facebook the last few days, and I've talked to the promoter at BIW. But there was a thing like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a super show in Mississippi?
Yeah, we pushed that a couple times, but trying to get everybody together.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the hardest part. And right now it's strictly just conversation. So nothing ever coming out of it. Probably not, because we've talked this conversation before.
We tried, bro.
But what do you think? What does the Madman think about a And I'm not gonna say an every promotion kind of deal, but if you had 4 or 5 promotions come together, and each provide a match or some interpromotional matches or whatever,
it's possible. I mean, you just got to get everybody together and want to do it.
Well, let's just play. Since it's just all fantasy booking at this point, let's throw out some interpromotional matchups. Anybody you'd like to see? I mean, right off the top of my head, Steve Anthony versus Ray Fury. To me, that would have to be on that event.
Okay.
I just think, how could it not? So I don't know if that would necessarily be like headliner, because you may do like a multi-man match to kind of get a lot of people on there or something. Maybe champions versus villains or some crap like that, or champion versus champion or something. But Ray Fury versus Steve Anthony, I think, should be on there for sure.
I'll tell you one I'd like to see: Joey Abel versus John Saxton.
That would be cool.
This guy, I don't think it's ever happened, has it?
If it did, maybe early.
That's what I'm saying,
early in Abel's career.
Now that I would consider him both a veteran.
Yeah.
Of at least 10 years. And I know Saxton's well beyond that.
Right. I think a match maybe I would like to see is Christian Blake versus J.D. Jenkins versus Vordell Walker. Like,
I just want to see some people beat the hell out of each other.
I mean, yeah, for the most part. I mean, definitely some heavy hitters. Guys that just beat the crap out of each other. So to me, that would be something that would be awesome. And even if you wanted to spice it up just a little bit, you could add like a Frankie Thomas in there just as a wild card. I
got you one.
All right, lay it on.
Dirty Andy Dalton versus the Nightmare. So,
be different.
Yeah.
Be different.
But it'd be a brawl. It'd be what I like to watch.
For sure.
What I like in a brawl, there's hardly ever botches because it's hard to botch a brawl.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I mean, you're just punching dudes in the head.
There you go. But
so
screw that up. It's kind of hard to do.
I saw this match before, and it's kind of a gimmicky match. Like fans bring the straps or whatever strap match. I just like to see these two guys just go out there and just do what they do. But that'd be Eric Wayne and Danny Dollar. Like, I saw the match, and it was what it was. You get thrown out, ow, you get hit, and you get thrown back in. But if you just put these guys in the ring and said, okay, you've got 20 minutes to go entertain the crowd, I just wonder what you would get. So I think that would be another kind of a wild card match.
I'm gonna give you a tag match.
All right.
Team Roll Tide versus the Leading Edge.
Oh, cool. That'd be different.
It'd be
the Leading Edge hasn't tagged in a long time.
Exactly, but you know they know how.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll tell you, you've got Calvin Rose now tagging with Blade Boudreaux as like the Southern Sensations. You have Lucas Frost and Barry Wolf out there. You could have Roll Tide. And then what if you threw in Alex Graves and O'Hagan with Stardust? I mean, that's kind of a interpromotional matchup if there ever was one.
Yep.
So that could be cool. I'm trying to think of some other guys. What if you had... you talking about kind of just dream matches. What if it was Chris Black versus Monty Warbucks? I don't know who would be good in that.
I don't see Chris Black pile driving Monty.
I mean, maybe.
No way in hell.
What if Monty was doing the cannonball and Chris Black caught him?
Yeah, okay.
Into the boom, pile driver.
Shit, okay.
Chris is loaded guns, man.
Yeah, unloaded guns.
Well, we had
broke the barrels off.
We had a bit of a reunion / interpromotional / dream match at Simpson County SmackDown. We saw Monty Warbucks take on the Pharaoh Funk.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's an old rivalry.
Yeah, an old rivalry, but what's old is new again sometimes. So that can be very cool. But hey, let us know what your interpromotional dream match would be in the comments. Let us know what you think of ROH and MLW and FastLane and all that good stuff. Next 2 events coming up for Pro Wrestling Ego. March 29th, Eagle Mania 2 in Meridian. Main event, Ray Fury versus the Minotaur. The next night in Pearl, Mississippi, we have Monsters Brawl. Main event, JD Jenkins, Pride Champion, takes on the Nightmare. And essentially, anything goes. It's a Monsters Brawl. JD will have Chuck McMullen, former boot boy, in his corner, as Nightmare always has Bristol Hale in his corner. So it's going to be a action-packed weekend. Sweet. For Pro Wrestling Ego. So we're on a bit of a tour. So that's what's coming up for us. If you'd like to see us in your town, if you have a school or other nonprofit organization, have them message us and let's see what we can do. We are great at fundraising. We'd love to fundraise for your group. Until then, any last words?
Watch wrestling.
Watch wrestling. Later.